G'day, welcome to Partakers and our series Living Life as we investigate chapter 12 of that amazing book of the Bible, Romans. We start today with an introduction, and we begin this introduction with the words of that great reformer Luther, taken from his book Preface to the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. In chapter 12, St. Paul teaches the true liturgy and makes all Christians priests so that they may offer not money or cattle as priests do in the law, but their own bodies by putting their desires to death. Next, he describes the outward conduct of Christians whose lives are governed by the Spirit. He tells how they teach, preach, rule, serve, give, suffer, love, live, and act toward friend, foe, and everyone. These are the works that a Christian does. For, as I have said, faith is not idle. Paul is writing to a group or groups of Christians in Rome in about the year 45 to 50 AD. Just a few years after Jesus Christ ascended back to God. Indeed, just a few years after he himself, Paul, turned to Christ after Christ stopped him on the road to Damascus. Overall, in this letter to the Romans, the Apostle Paul presents God's plan of salvation. Salvation which is in Jesus Christ alone, and the effect that this has upon all of humanity. This gospel plan sees God's righteousness extended to all of humanity, not just the Jewish people. How so? This gospel plan, urges Paul, is based entirely on the work of Jesus Christ, God the Son, on the cross. It is received by having faith in him rather than the good works of a human. This letter of Paul's investigates such grand ideas and large ideas as guilt, faith, assurance, security, and sanctification. We continue that idea of key themes in our next podcast before continuing into this amazing passage of Scripture. Will you join me? Thanks for listening.